Hey, what's up everyone? MacBoy here from MacBoy Productions, and today I have another great app review for you, and this one's called Timeline 3D. Basically, it does what the name says. It creates a timeline for you on your Mac. Basically, it's a timeline creator for the Mac. One of the very few that are out there. Okay, the reason it says 3D after timeline because BDocs, the company of this company, made it so that you can export this timeline in 3D format. And I'll get to that a little bit later. I just want to say it looks amazing. This program is one of the best timeline and presentation creators out there. I'll get to it very soon, guys. Stay tuned. Don't forget to rate 5 stars. And if you like my wallpaper, go ahead and download it from the link in the description. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, I know you really want to see this application, so let's go ahead and fire it up right here. As soon as you launch it, you get a timeline or template selector. From here you can select one of the built-in templates that they provide. They go from blue, red, earthy, laser printer, a path, leather or pleather, and rainforest. These are the built-in. I think there are other templates you can download from the internet. I'm not too sure, but these are the main templates. So let's go ahead with cherry pie because my favorite color is red. Okay, create timeline. So the first thing that it comes up with is a blank interface, basically a blank timeline with nothing on it, and it's just blank. The background, as you can see, is the red and dark red, which you can change over here to the right. I'm going to do that a little bit later. And at the very bottom, you have the timeline that sorts from a date to the other date. Now over here, it should say untitled row. This is basically where you can name your timeline or the row of the timeline. I just named it World War I because that is what I'm learning in history class. Okay. At the bottom are the dates. I'll get to that in a little while. Okay. Over here on the right, you have your settings panel where you can change the visual design, dates, and the printing options. In the visual design, you can choose the font, meaning this font will be the font for every single item, every single text in this timeline. You cannot change the font for certain things, only one font. Choose font, it'll open the fonts dialog, and it's going to choose the font for the whole timeline. Alright, event text, date line, row shading, and then the background. So these are your color options and your background options. I'm going to go to the background. In the background, you can choose a solid color fill, a gradient fill, which I have right now, an image fill, or a tinted image fill. Let's go to an image fill, and pops up my favorite wallpaper of all time. You can do that by just hitting choose, finding it, and then choosing that. Let's go back to my favorite wallpaper right here, Aurora Reloaded. Love it. And below that, once you choose an image, you have more options for the image, like scale to fit, scale to fill, stretch, original size, or title. So depending on the size of your timeline, you can change those options according to that. All right, below that is event option. So when you check off show the sender means the image in the event, which I will create in a few moments. Show the sender, you can just click, hold, and drag the image size and it'll make it bigger. I'll show you what it does in a little bit while, and same thing with the thing below it. All right, let's go to the dates tab. Here's where you can change the format of your date. As you can see at the bottom of the timeline, you see it's not just the year, it's the day, month, and then the year. Change the date format to whatever you want, month, year, month, date, and so forth. I'm just going to keep a year for now, or month, date, all right? Area, you can change that if you want, and time, if you want to change that, you can do that too. Row date format and row tick mark spacing. Row tick mark spacing. Again, that's all up to you. Printing options I'm not going to get into right now because we don't want to print it. Alright, visual design. This is where you will create your events. Let's add a new event, and let's call it World War I. And let's have the month to July 2009, what it is right now. You can also put a range from July to a specific month or just July. That's fine also. This is the image container where you can take an image, from whatever you want to do, from whatever you want to use in the event, and place it there just like what I did from the downloads. Just click, hold, and drag into the image container. Notes is where you can add your information, like the stock market crash, and then the link is a hyperlink or a link from the internet for an image. Alright, once you're done, just click anywhere else in the timeline and it shows up right here. Once you select it, it highlights in gray. You can change that color by clicking here. Comes up the color swatch, just like that. Alright, now this is what I was talking about with the image, the sender. Image size, make that much bigger. Alright, text. Now, dateline options. You can change the date for text only, or text in the box, or just none. So if I click text in the box, it shows up like that. Text only, nothing, and then none is obviously nothing. So no row name over here. And then the base height, which is the timeline height, you can customize that also. Now, as you can see at the bottom, the dates and the months are colliding with each other. So you might want to go back to dates and then just change to the year, which is much easier. Okay, once you're done with this, let's add another event right here. Say World War II. Let's make that 1930. Let's add a nice image of the Regina riot, I believe, and then finish that off. So World War II comes before World War I. Let's change that up a little bit. Double click on the image to change it, and let's do it as 1920. Alright, click away, and here we go. So this is what we have. Now, once you're done with your project, editing it all up, and finish with the timeline, you can click on the 3D option over here. So it takes you into full screen mode, into 3D. Once you launch it, it should come up with something like this. And to view in 3D, hit the space bar. And there you have it, 3D full capabilities of this application. It's amazing. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. That you can toggle from 2D to 3D, and then it's going to scroll through the timelines. It shows the date, it shows the information, shows the picture, and it does it like that. I'm going to show you a nice timeline that I did for my project just yesterday. In a minute. Now, to export in 3D, just go to File, Export 3D, and then click QuickTime Movie. Event duration, meaning how long the clip should stay at each event. Do that. Well, for now, let's do it 1 second. You just do whatever you want. Change the format to custom, or I like it just the HD 720p, 1280 by 720 frames per second, 30 is fine. And then a motion blur. I'm sure you all know what that is from my ScreenFlow video. Good quality is my favorite. All right, next. It's going to ask you where to save it. Whoops. I'm just going to put 5 exclamation marks. Now it's going to render the image. It's going to render the video. And I'll come back once it's done. Alright guys, it's almost done, and there we have it. It's finished. I'm going to go to my desktop. Ready guys? Look how much items I have. Amazing, isn't it? Alright, so once I preview this, I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be amazing. Watch this. Fades in and automatically zooms in to that 3D. As you can see, the nice motion blur, and there you have it. That's the Timeline 3D application. Now, this is what I did yesterday, I believe, for my project. This is 1930s. It's pretty long, that's why it's stretched out. It goes from 1930s to 1939. So check this out. Got the Great Depression, which is an economic event. Got the thumbnail. Moves on to escapism. It's an event again in the 1930s, and then goes to the Regina riot, the political event, and then scrolls back out. Alright, and then here's another one that I did for the 1920s. Again, really stretched out with my favorite wallpaper. Zooms in 3D, nice image, nice information, got my points there. All the way down there. Zooms back out, and you're done. That's it, guys. Sorry this video is so long. Didn't mean to have it like that, but again, guys, Timeline 3D, great timeline creator, and you can all download this application and my wallpaper from the links in the description.